we're better at representing how conscious experiences manifest themselves in the brain, but we're certainly no better at understanding how it is that we experience things. And that's the problem of qualia. That's how the philosophers describe it. And qualia is the quality of your experience, like the fact of pain, for example. I mean, the pain you feel is by no means identical, at least as far as you're concerned, to some pattern of neurological activity, right? It's pain. It seems to be a fundamental reality of some. In fact, I think pain is the fundamental reality. I think it's the only thing that people will never deny. So there are these aspects of your existence that are subjective, like your experience of color and your experience of beauty and just your experience of things, or maybe just your experience. And your experience plays a indeterminate role in the structure of being itself. Because you might ask, well, what would there be if there was nothing conscious? And you could say, well, what would there be if there was nothing conscious of being? Well, it's a tricky question because it depends on your a priori axioms, but it's not obvious what there would be in the absence of a conscious observer. There wouldn't obviously be any duration between things. It would be very difficult to specify things in terms of size. There wouldn't be any of the qualities that we experience our being as having, because color doesn't seem to be an intrinsic part of the world. Smell doesn't seem to be an intrinsic part of the world. It's very difficult. The more you think about it, you'd find the more difficult it is to determine exactly what there would be if there was no one to observe it. And that's not the tree in the forest idea precisely. It's not so much if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one to hear it, does it make a sound? Because that's more a matter of the definition of sound than anything else. This is more like if there's a tree in the forest and there isn't anyone, is there a tree? And that's a whole different question.